This is an overview how to smart bomb with a Praxis detents in order to get 5 of 10s. Serpentis 5 of 10s TD sites. And going straight in. So fit is much cheaper than a Oracle with Fracture smart bombs. It has the same range. Speed is less, about 800 meters per second instead of 1200 meters per second or something. And the alignment, well, the alignment time doesn't matter, but it has some inertias. So if you're trying to align out, and especially not to align out, but to chase the targets, you will have trouble if you need to switch direction. Because in the acceleration time and the acceleration time are, well, not so good in comparison to a better cruiser or a cruiser. Anyway, that alpha is completely sufficient to kill this type of a then just sitting there. So no issues whatsoever. Let's go with the fit. While we're doing the site. So the fit is 318 mil. The most of the price is the Praxis itself, the hull. Anyway, if you want to have it a little bit more cap stable, drop the overdrive injector for flex coil, and it will have it cap stable, or at least more cap stable. The armor wrapper doesn't recover the cycle for the most amount of time. The same goes for the micro warp drive. Just to get in range, smart bomb the hell out of it, and just warp to another side. Let's go to the next one.
Warp drive active.
Yeah, iron charge, that was from the NPCs I looted here. The same goes for the commander spawn. They did a shadow exhibit and synergize membrane, which I forgot to drop. Anyway, travel fits, standards, micro warp drive, MJD, and vocal stat plus clock. Nothing special to see here. The rest is kind of looted from the grid, from the commander spawn. What we have here is the same site. So this site works very well. So just beyond the structure, get some speed, and smart moves on. Anyway, the Praxis battleship is kind of pricey in comparison to other battleships. If you can get another battleship cheaper, for example, an Apocalypse for 212 million ISK, it will do the same trick. Like, seriously. It has less resistance, however, so. But it's also slightly more cap stable. Actually, completely more cap stable, if I recall correctly. But that's a video for another day, because I need to switch from Praxis to Apox to get to a 6 of 10 farming. And for that I will need 2 battleships. And I own a Praxis. I have multiple Praxis. 8 Praxis or 9 Praxis lying in Misaba, which I cannot access. I can sell them off, but I don't want to lose ISK on that one. So just stay there. Okay, let's do this differently. Here we go.
Warp drive active.
And the other Praxis is the escalation Praxis, which I'm running escalations with. Therefore, I need to rig it completely, and I'm kind of lazy on that point, on that part. So these rigs need to go on another Praxis to do the Smartbombing Praxis. But I enjoy from time to time running escalations with Century Fit and what's not, therefore kind of destroying rigs again and rebuilding them. I mean, fairly expensive. So this is the other type of a den. And like in a better cruiser, you get this indestructible fright. So it's on the left side, the farther away one. Just align down to that one, approach, and halfway through smart bomb zone. Wrong button. Anyway, It doesn't matter that when the reds spawn, if they're gonna burn out of the range, you don't need to kill every single one of the reds. You just need to make them spawn another waves, and that's easy. So let's go up. Basically, from what I understand, the waves do spawn after the sentries to on this both silos gonna die. The next wave gonna spawn. That red need to go. Everything needs to go off that red. And then you align back down to opposite side for this indestructible thread, but on the right side. You burn there, micro-wave on, smart bombs on, and you kill that wave pretty easily because they're gonna stay there. The rest you don't care about. So let's see. Prop off. I should be in range now. And let's check the this burnout. Did I get a single one? Okay. Nope, I did get everyone. So this is the perfect example. You don't need to
drive
burn
active.
after all the targets. You just need to kill wave one. Killed maybe wave 2 on the opposite side. It may be spawned on the right side. So left in the corner, opposite side or corner. If it's the opposite side doesn't spawn a corner, you wait and go up like 4 to 5 kilometers up from your previous position on the left corner. Just straight up 90-degree up. Your smumbers will have sufficient range to kill those sentries on the silos, and you will be sneak pretty much on the next wave. The next wave spawns pretty much above the indestructible thread beds, like 5 kilometers up. When that wave, the second wave, die, you burn on opposite direction to that indestructible bed and mumble the hell out of it. And that's it. No magic. So let's go up. That's a little bit too high. 4, 5, 4 will be suffice. Pop on. And that's a light missile gonna die in a second, and say wave number 2 gonna spawn. And I should be in range. Perfect. I just nuked it completely. And go down. I'm gonna sing a red over there, and that should be done. Yep, next.
Warp drive active.
So yeah, pretty easy to do, pretty easy to run. It doesn't cost a lot of risk. However, the Praxis going up in prices, so you might need to look at something else. And I will need to look into Apox. I might have gone one cap stable or something, but the resistance are kind of bad. So I do wonder whether it would be possible to do rally points, spend rally points without dying, while you use Smartbombing yourself, why not use up your counterpart, vice versa, and you're getting also in the last wave 2 battle cruisers and 2 battleships, and you have a Sanchez left and right, like 4 units or so. So there are some DPS going on. Anyway, I have uploaded a video, but I need to online that one for running Serpentis 5 of 10 and Ishta. I might gonna reshoot it again, redo the video, because I haven't optimized the fit yet. It does work, like it works pretty well. However, I need 26 minutes, and most of the part of the time the drones are traveling, so the heavy drones. Therefore, I kind of want to switch mid slots for a drone navigation computer to get my time down to zero. Not to zero,
Warp
but closer
drive active.
to run it like to 25-ish, 26 minutes instead of 26:30. So yeah, if I manage to get an escalation right now, I'm gonna refit my Ishtar. I'm gonna reshoot the video. If not, I'm gonna just upload one. Probably gonna reshoot the video anyway. As for outstanding combat sites, I have done 8 of 10 in active buffer Praxis, which worked decently well. I know I have a request about how to run it in an alpha account. I have 0 alpha accounts right now. The closest one is gonna get impacted to alpha in 3 months, or around 3 months. And even if I create an account, a new one, the issue of the alpha account running escalations in a Praxis, specifically in a buffer tank fit, or even passive buffer tank, is you need about 3.3 to 4.8 million skill points. So either way, you will need to wait till you have so many skill points.
Warp drive active.
Therefore, I'm gonna tend to just to wait till my account's gonna expire and fall back to alpha, and then I'm gonna start testing how I'm gonna need to define my fittings. Like, does the SM-802 implant gonna help with tanking? Is the tank sufficient to run an alpha? If so, how can I approach the site? So these questions I need to address at some point. Unfortunately, not right now. Also, I have a team in Blood Redis. So the naval shipyard, the Blood Redis 1010 worked pretty well for the Paladin. Unfortunately, that one was not complete. 1010, but only the last pockets due to the guy who solved me that one. He died in that, unfortunately, with his own Paladin. He had only 80% EM resistances, and sorry for him. He wasn't not prepared for that amount of damage coming in from the Stormlord itself. So theoretically, you could refit for a meta smart bombs, but then you don't have range, but it will work. Like the Praxis is kind of even better. It does work like significantly. You have high alpha. And we have completed the set. Let's go to the next one.
Warp drive active.
So as for cap stability, when you're warping, when your armor rep's not cycling, and when your smart's not cycling, you're getting a lot of cap. Then at that moment you can repair yourself, just get a new sight. So the damage incoming in those stands is kind of puny. Let's be honest. It's not the damage you would expect. It's not a rally point. Anyway, I need to think about how I'm gonna approach the rally points, because I need to buy another battleship. Whether I'm gonna go for the Praxis, probably not. I have no use for additional Praxis unless the previous one gonna die, which it won't. But an Upwalk, I could work with the Upwalk, and the Upwalk is a input material for building a Paladin. So you need a T1 counterpart, and that's the Upwalk. Therefore, I could just reuse that one. Therefore, I'm thinking to build those two. I should have a blueprint also for right. Yeah, we have no choice.
Warp drive active.
Well, that means no more farming for today. Thank you for watching. I will see you next time.